Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and we are returning to Hearts of Iron 4. As you can see, we are drawing up plans for our attack on the Soviet Union, which is probably going to happen in about half a year or so. And as you can see, it's probably a little bit standard. So we've got the 2nd Panzer Corps with a push on Kiev, with the thought of looping around a little bit towards the north, towards Gomel. 1st Panzer Division is going to push to Minsk and then to Smolensk. Onto the Smolensk land bridge in the hope of cutting down here and then potentially cutting off a lot of troops here in the Pripyat marshes. So a little bit historically, that's going to be supported by Army Group A, which is going to push up north towards Leningrad and Moscow, and Army Group B, which is going to push up into Ukraine. Let's see how that is going to turn out. We're going to go into more detail as we get closer to that. But until then, I thought I would at least show a couple of highlights here. That is, we've got 3 units, three armies here in Army Group A. Army Group C has also 3 groups, including the Gebirgsgruppe, which at this point is, to a large extent at least, made up out of mountain troops. So that's nice. They're kind of a little bit stronger, I think, than actually most of the other units. And then we've got these groups here in a completely new unit. So there's a new formation here that we really hadn't seen before, so that's good, I think. We have sort of split them out. Let's train up a couple more motorized divisions here. I think I would like to have at least 7 more or so that we can sort of set somewhere down here so that we are filling these guys. You know what, that's actually 14, isn't it? Yeah, so it's 7 per army here. But we do have enough equipment here to really train these guys. So I think that's going to be pretty good. And dandy. Yeah, without further ado, let's hit the resume button here and see what else is going to happen. Now, one of the things I'm wondering is whether we should continue to do convoy hunting here off the Norwegian coast. And that is, I think it was good for quite a while. We did catch quite a British units there. But honestly, right now, I don't think it is probably the best hunting ground. So you know what? What we're going to do is we're going to take all of these guys here. And you know what? Some of these groups are just way too small. Let's just merge you guys, for example. Yeah, that's going to be alright. Okay, so all of you guys, please and pretty please, could you get into Brest? And then... yeah, you know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to ask you guys to do convoy raiding. But please don't do that up here. Please just do it down here. In the English Channel, yes, that is going to be super dangerous, but at least that does allow us to potentially use our aircraft a little bit better. So you guys are going to be rebased towards here. That's going to be alright, and then we're going to have some aircraft here flying over the channel, which I suppose is going to be alright. Yeah, you can train, but maybe train somewhere else. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay like that. We do have some more naval bombers down here. They're continuing to do good work here. Ooh, destroyer hull sunk. Lovely. Lovely, very nice. Good, yeah. I'm thinking that we're probably going to lose Africa here. There's not much that we can do. And we're still suffering from a severe rubber shortage, which we can only do so much about because not that many nations are actually willing to trade with us here. So we'll need to address that going forward. Right. Yeah, we don't need to keep being informed about all of these small things. Now, for the Doctrines, we could go for backhand blow. The issue is, this is not a very good doctrine to pick. It only has a defensive movement bonus here, which honestly I don't like. On the other hand, modern Blitzkrieg, that does seem to be a little bit better. Recovery rate, upgrades, breakthrough, all of that. I like that. I like that a lot. So let's try to get down there. We're going to unlock it now. It's going to give us a little bit less army experience, but I think we're going to be alright. We do have enough troops there. Right, okay, what we're seeing here is that they are indeed bombing us, as we kind of expected. So that potentially does mean we should try to get more aircraft here about and ready to engage them. And I'm realizing that we have a lot of troops here or a lot of planes over the Benelux region of the enemy. That seems to be like they even have 700 fighters. Granted, of somewhat debatable quality maybe, but still, that's a lot of fighters. Let's nevertheless send also a lot of them over the channel to make sure that we are countering their bombing rates there. I would love to bleed the British a little bit dry. I think it's going to be probably very difficult, but we're going to see, we're going to see. Yeah, you guys are coming down here now. We are actually seeing some troops there. And some promotions, which I also like to see. Yeah, but let's... No, we are losing planes here, left and right. Ships. Okay, that's not sustainable. So, what we're going to do is we are actually going to ask you guys to do a little bit more of a long-range thing here. So, try to cover the Iberian coast, the North Atlantic Ridge maybe. And I think that is going to be more helpful for you guys. Because, yeah, we would like you to survive, basically. Right, we are seeing more engagements down here. The entire Regina Marina is coming around to play. That's going to be a nice battle here, I think. Ooh, well, some of these destroyers here are very close to be sunk. But still, ooh, Jesus. Lost the submarine, lost the submarine. Just while you're passing through here. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's no fun at all. Losing 3 aircraft. Jesus, that was pretty bad. I mean, yes, I understand that we are vulnerable there, but that is a little bit excessive. You guys are repairing now. Yeah, that's alright. Jesus, still that was harsh. Right, okay, we did get the battle torpedoes there. That's good. We are researching this stuff. We have the better dual purpose guns, which I also like to see. We can go for better armor piercing things and so on, which are honestly not the worst. They're pretty good actually. Rocket shooting, we don't need that. We're going to focus on smaller ships. Firefighting drills are going to be useful, but I would like to focus on the hardware first. Don't think we're going to go with depth charges or anything like that. Smoke generators are also sort of soft factors that we don't need to have immediately before we build stuff. So honestly, I think we are relatively fine in terms of the hardware. We only truly need sort of the soft components. Okay, so let's do that then. Let's go ahead and take some firefighting drills. We're not going to spend the research, the Navy experience here, because we are going to need to design the cruiser at some point in the near future. So I think that's going to be alright. Iberian coast, there is a battle down here, is there? Lots of destroyers on their side. And it's only destroyers. Well, that does mean that we should try to get our high sea fleets into action. I'm very reluctant to sail it through the English Channel due to obvious reasons. So let's try to do sort of a dash towards the Atlantic here, off the Norwegian coast, then through the Norwegian Sea and back into... Why did you take damage? How did you receive damage? Was there some bombing here? Might have been. Don't see any marker though. Okay, let's try to sail towards Iceland and then we're going to try to come down. Hope. What are you taking this damage from? Is there some new mechanic that I'm not entirely sure of? Like, I don't know. Seems to be like we're taking damage just from moving about. Which does make some sense, but still. Right, okay, we lost some submarines here. We did sink a couple of things. That's alright. You guys do need to come down here towards... Yeah, that's a good route. I do have some light cruisers and some destroyers, but I did see some capital ships too. I would kind of like to avoid these if we can. Right, let's do some better close air support. Yeah, close air support doesn't really matter that much, but air superiority does. Air superiority most certainly does. Yeah, they're not flying here anymore, so that does mean you guys can stop flying. Okay, I would love to bring you guys into this battle. I know you're low in organization and stuff, but if we can sink a couple of light cruisers, destroyers and so on, That would be most welcome. Are you guys engaging? Dispute. Can I tell you to repair priority? Engage even at high risk. You might not be doing that because you're sort of not technically assigned to this region. You guys probably need to be a fleet of your own. And then we are going to ask you guys here to take this area. And you can be a strike force, right? Guys, there is something has been spotted. Losing trains. Really? The gall of these guys. The gall of the British to fly over our territory. Amazing. Amazing. Truly amazing. Ooh, Jesus. Not a good day for the for the Italian Navy. Yeah, the UK Navy is still going strong. We're losing some trains here, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. You guys can be repaired, so that is all good. Yeah, you guys are all going to be fine. Okay, now you guys are sailing forth towards hopefully this battle. Or this battle. Let's see, where are you going? You're taking the one down there. Because why not? Lots of convoys being sunk though from on the British side, which is lovely. 10 convoys sunk, that is not too bad. I'm just afraid that the main British fleets are going to show up here. Actually, the Dutch are still around there too. Well, we'll see, we'll see. Improved medium battery, also very lovely. 32 days until we can actually build the new research there, so that is all pretty good. I think we're going to go for the electric torpedo here to boost our submarines a little bit too. And then you guys maybe actually stop this, yeah, that's fine. Okay, you're now going to sail forward every couple of turns here, aren't you? But that's technically fine. I mean, that's exactly what I want you to do, to engage these light fleets. There is a British carrier around. But I suppose that we should be able to do a lot of damage here before it really becomes effective. Destroyer sunk. Nice. Couple of destroyers sunk. 4 destroyers at this point. They're trying to withdraw. We are losing a destroyer too. But I think we are going to come out on top of here. Yeah. Carrier has already withdrawn. So that's a 5-to-1 ratio? Yeah, nice. Okay, let's make sure that you're not quite engaging as aggressively. Your repair priority is pretty high. So yeah, you should really come back and repair a little. Some battles up here. Yeah, but our submarines seem to be doing okay as long as we tell them to do exactly what we need, basically. Right, don't think we're going to do that. Let's wait until we get the light cruiser, then we can design that and then see about that too. Right. And we are doing damage to them. It's just taking quite a while. And we are losing a lot of planes doing this. So that's not quite as good as I would have hoped. And I think in terms of logistics, probably naval bombs are one of the few items where we might actually fall shy of our own goals here a little bit. You're going to sail into Brest? I think it's going to be alright, but let's see. There are a lot of battles here. You guys really do need to repair. Look at that. That's pretty horrible. What was that? Insufficient resources? Chromium? We could ask for more chromium from Italy, why not? Can unfortunately not really ask for more rubber from anyone. Yeah, we really do need to take care of the rubber issue. Oh, more mountain divisions, nice. That's going to be on you. Well, we do have another one of these guys. where do we want to assign you to? I think the 3rd Army here might be a good candidate. Yeah, we are producing more tanks and stuff. That's good. I honestly don't think we need as many flam panzers. It would be nice to have a couple. Lots of battles up here that potentially could be... We could try to overwhelm them a little bit more strongly. Italians really are struggling down there. Sort of as is to be expected, but still. UK is losing a lot of convoys. Do we know anything about you? How's your status here in terms of... Is that naval intel? It's a lot. It's of course a lot, as we kind of figured. But I would like to know how many convoys do you actually have? Do we see that? You're losing a lot, but does that doesn't tell us how many you've got. Oh, 700. Ha, well, that's going to be a long while until we truly can whittle them down there. How many destroyers do you have, though? You must be losing a lot of these. So that'd be naval intel, right? Yeah, I think so. 200. 200. Yeah, the Royal Navy is so hard to really truly overwhelm. That it's just barely possible at all. Right, you guys are going to be assigned to your respective groups there. You know what? One of you guys should potentially be assigned to the Atlantic Val. You guys are all training up, but just sort of only the units that should be training, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's good. Let's keep an eye on the naval situation here. I really don't want to be overwhelmed by any one particular battle here. But at the rate at which they are losing destroyers, it just feels like they're going to have a tough time here. Okay, anti-command town park done. We could go for war with the USSR immediately, but I'm going to go with synthetic rubber here first, because that is truly something that we really do need, I think. So let's go for that. The pilot promoted, lovely. Where are we losing stuff? Up here again, is it? I should be losing so much to AA though. How's the English Channel looking? So we've lost 51 fighters. They've lost 31. We're losing decidedly more than they are. So evidently that doesn't really seem to be a winning move here, does it? Let's try to not do that then. Yeah, let's try to avoid taking excessive casualties here. You know what? I think down here is a pretty worthwhile hunting ground, it seems. So let's try to continue to do that. And honestly, one of you guys, how about you do some port strikes too? And here we go, the cruiser hull, lovely. I like it. Anything we need here? I don't think so. I think we are mostly fine. So let's go ahead and try to produce that and see whether we notice that anything is missing in particular. So let's take a look at the light cruisers here and look at this new hull type. Ooh, what a sleek and lovely design. You're going to get the best engine that you have. You're going to get a nice dual-purpose gun. You can get radar, because why not? It does give us better detection. Fire control systems. Yeah, that is one area where we're lacking technology, I think. It's only 65 days, so we're going to research that before we're going to start building anything serious. Yeah, but I think that's still a good idea. Good. Okay, I'm not seeing any notifications here about port strikes, I was about to say, but then we do. HMS Malaysia done, 26%, lovely. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of that. Slowly but surely, we're going to see a lot of that. So, in fact, all of you guys, you can go for port strikes if you do feel like it. Destroyer sunk. It's going to be more than a destroyer very soon. I think it's going to be heavy cruisers and such. Couple of planes lost, but again, I think the exchange ratios on these are probably going to be well worthwhile. Well, we are losing a couple of submarines here, so maybe what we could do is take our Hochseeflotte. You guys should merge on that. But take you guys. Well, a lot of your repairs have come to some effect. I think this is going to be great. Right. Unread port strikes, yes. I think they're going to lose a lot of stuff here. Very quickly, actually. Lots of submarines sunk. Destroyer. I can't even click on this as fast as we're getting these notifications. Which, of course, is brilliant. We are losing some submarines there, so it's not all shiny and glorious, but still, I think we're doing relatively fine. No weird invasions anywhere? No, not as far as I can tell. Coastal defense ship. Funny that the Norwegians went down there, honestly. They're losing convoys left and right. Good. We're getting so many aces too. Really great. Oh, I love it. Nice. Yeah. Fantastic, actually. Jesus, just look at all of these battles here happening so fast. Yeah, we are losing ships. There's no denying that. I would really like to get the fire control system, and then we can go and do some fun things with that. But before that, we're gonna, of course, try to design some heavy tanks. And I've actually no plan for that. So let's think about what we want in that regard while we're watching these things develop here. So the heavy tanks, well, we don't know much about the Soviet system here. In fact, what we might want to do is actually get you to do a couple of infiltrations here. So let's try to infiltrate the army with probably these guys, with the girls. You know, well, you guys are sitting at home. So let's just commence when we are ready here. We've got a lot of political power left. So honestly, we're actually going to grab this guy here so that we can get one more operative and start to do some really Abwehr Ost type of activities in the Soviet Union. Or Fremde Ost, I think it was called. Right. Resources. Ooh, we are losing a lot of tungsten here. Or missing a lot of tungsten, I should say. Right, rubber, Liberia, you actually have a lot of rubber left, so let's buy some more. I would love for that to get automatically updated, though. Right, low supplies in some of these locations here, yeah. Well, isn't that interesting? So, especially in Romania, well, I don't think we can do much about Romania itself. But what we can do is motorize a couple of these railheads. You are in fact already motorized. You are too. Can we do that over here? Oh, we can. Okay, that's nice. There we go. Improved heavy tank chassis. Let's go for the medium tanks at the same time, and then let's completely look at this openly and see what we want to do with our heavy tanks. So presumably your max speed is not going to be 12 kilometers per hour, because I don't even think we can match that. So yeah, that's sort of a no-go to start with. So I think what we probably want to do then is grab these guys and change or use them in a different template, which might actually want to make use of the mechanized infantry, which does run at 8 kilometers per hour. So that's probably what we should be aiming for with our heavy tanks. So you're kind of close to that, but let's at least try to match that, and we'll probably need to change that as we are adapting various other things. Now, still, I don't actually think that the speed here is a bad choice, even though the reliability would be kind of good too. But for now, we're going to keep it as is. We are still going to go with the welded armor, because all of this is going to be pretty expensive, I think. And keeping that would probably be good. does give us more armor, so that's obviously a good thing too. We're at least gonna look at Christie suspension. Simply so that we make sure, yeah, this is very German type of interwoven stuff. And then for the turret. Now, of course, we can take the heavy turret or the 3-man turret. Slightly lower speed, slightly better breakthrough. I think a 2-man turret is absolutely fine. Let's pick a 2-man turret here. And then what gun are we going to give you? Oh, we could go with a heavy flamethrower tank. That would be kind of fun. But no. So I'm guessing the improved heavy cannon just sort of the best thing here. You've got a heart attack of 35 and a piercing of 125. You've got piercing of the same. You know what? This is going to be a good gun for that, and it does fit on the heavy tank. So yeah, I think we can use it for that regard. What else are we going to use? Yes, we are going to use a radio, of course. Don't think a secondary turret makes a lot of sense here. Again, it just doesn't make sense in terms of what it costs from what I can see. Production cost increase is fine for the sloped armor, and it's a good... I think it's just generally a very good thing to do. Ooh, we've got a stabilizer that we can produce now. Yeah, let's have that. A little bit more breakthrough on these types of tanks. That would be fantastic. And then what else? Smoothbore adapter for more piercing. Why not? Extra... Reliability is actually surprisingly fine, so a little bit more defense and breakthrough. Always a good thing, but you know what? I think we're actually going to get the squeeze bore adapter for some more piercing. So the speed is still fine. Let's up armor it a little bit and then see what we can do to grab some more speed and keep it in line with our reliability goals. Reliability should be around 80% at least. Honestly, I think I like this design already. Yeah. So we're of course going to call this the Tiger 1, and I think it's pretty fantastic. Let's give it an appropriate symbol here, which this is not a mouse tank, and we need to have some room to increase that later on. So I suppose, do we have anything here that screams mouse that we can't use now? I don't think so. We're gonna use this one. I think this is a perfectly fine model. Yeah, all of these other ones are just very different ones. So yeah, I think this is it. Let's save that up and let's start producing these guys. So I would like, of course, to produce some of them. Well, probably not 15 factories. 10 factories might be fine. And then you guys can be producing a little bit less. We've got a lot of stuff here that we don't pretend really need, I think, to the same extent. For example, artillery, I think we can do a little bit less there in favor of some Tigers. And Opals, to be honest, I think we have a lot of trucks. We have an enormous amount of trucks. We're still producing some of the stuff here that is replacing the older things, so I'm not going to touch that. We have a lot of trains. We've got a pretty large number of fighters at this point, although a lot of them are really third rate. So I think we can do a little bit less with trains. Yeah, that looks fine to me. That does mean we need to buy a lot of new things here. So let's buy more chromium. Let's buy more tungsten from whoever's going to sell it to us, actually. Italy. Ah, no, we're going to buy it from Portugal. And then we do evidently need a lot more fuel. So Romania, you can deliver a little bit more fuel. Let's do buy it then. Then we're going to buy a little bit here from Iran. We're still losing fuel now. Jesus. Jesus. I did not know that our fuel supply was so bad. actually don't want to wait that long, but on the other hand, we are building all of these synthetic fuel refineries, so that should make it a little bit better.